Specialist Local Sports Update. Number 11, Florida State opens ACC postseason play Friday afternoon at 3 in Charlotte, facing 14-seeded Pitt after the first pitch was moved up because of weather concerns. Bennett Hostetler blasted his first 2 homers of the season and drove in 4 as the Jumbo Shrimp rolled Norfolk at home, pushing Jacksonville to a season best 6 games over 500. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 82 degrees at 10:01. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
With the 56th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Nate Borkacher, tight end, Texas A&M.
Ruff comes, Reed pumps, fires. It is caught. Nate Borkacher brings it in and ties the game.
With the 81st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Albert Regis, defensive tackle, Texas A&M.
That's where I want to be. Like, I just love the way the team played, the way the defense played, and I just knew it was a scheme that I could fit in. And then when I finally did a Zoom with them and went over some plays and got to understand their defense, I just knew that's where I wanted to be. And like, I knew I would thrive best in this defense.
With the 88th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Jacksonville Jaguars select Emmanuel Pregnon, guard from Oregon.
Coming out of high school, I wasn't very heavily touted. I wasn't looked at, but I didn't let that discourage me. I knew that it was work to be done. Work needed to be put in, and I was willing and ready to do whatever I needed to do to get the exposure that I needed so I could do my part on the field.
The 100th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Jalen Husky, defensive back from Maryland.
Going with tempo, now going down the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted. Jalen Husky still on his feet.
The 119th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, Wesley Williams from Duke.
Pressure coming and sacked. Brought down at the 21 by Wesley Williams.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Tanner Kuzil, tight end, Houston. Duval!
Pressure again. Kuzil again.
With the 191st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Josh Cameron, wide receiver, Baylor.
Robertson, the slant to Cameron, stays on his feet and walks right in, right around Mello Dotson.
With the 203rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select C.J. Williams, wide receiver, Stanford.
Going to the end zone, and Williams, he's got him! Touchdown, Cardinals!
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Zach Durfee, defensive end, Washington. Go Jags!
At the 13 on second down, and Zach Durfee got to Snyder.
Well, if there was ever a time the Huskies needed a big play, let's take a look at Durfee coming off the edge.
With the 240th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Parker Hughes, linebacker, Middle Tennessee.
He's somebody who can run very fast, find the football, track it down, and get ball carriers on the ground is going to be really helpful to our cause.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and RJ Saunders.
All right, everybody, welcome in. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Jaguars Today off and rolling on this Friday. Tony Smith, how you feeling? You feeling like a guy who's got all his exams done and you're just waiting for the cupcake party in fifth period today?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
That was always the best with the, spring break coming up. If you had a cool teacher, they'd throw you a cupcake party or something
like the week after you had the finals, right?
Something
like you were
like
still
that,
in.
Right. You still had a few classes,
and you were literally
still have
just
to show up.
Yeah, you were literally just going to school to hang out with all your friends for 5 days. Like that's why you were there all day.
The end of high school was like that for me. Most grades weren't. They were like maybe we'd wrap up like a day early, and then we'd have if you're good. If you're good,
high school every year was like that. You got to the last week, it's like, well, we're done. What do you guys want to talk about today?
My senior year in high school was pretty awesome. I was in the co-op program, which meant you could leave early and go work. But my linebacker coach was head of the co-op program, so I didn't have to work during football season. But after I got a job, but I was out at like 11:30
in the weight room.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah,
sure.
But 11:30, I was off campus every day at 11:30.
Wow, that was your whole senior year.
My dad was home too. He was retired at the time. He said,
What's
you
going on
go to
here?
school?
Right?
Trust me, I got it
I
covered.
got college covered, Dad.
It's
It's
good.
all
It's good.
good.
It's all gonna
Good
work.
morning, Tommy Mack.
How are you guys?
How's your week?
It's good. It's a good week.
Yeah, we're not like Tony. Tony's got vacation next week. That's why it's like the last day of school.
Okay, I got it.
Getaway
Well,
day.
we got a little vacay with a 3-day, break.
We do have the little 3-day break coming up.
weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there.
Yeah.
It's always a good one. So, yeah, man, I'm ready to have some fun here today like we normally do.
We
and
tend
over the
to do
weekend,
that.
we tend to, giggle a little bit here and there. But, yeah, no, it's been a good week. Look, I'm looking forward to the OTAs next week. I know they're practicing 2 to 4, but
They're practicing during
helmets and heels. However, I've been granted permission to go watch a little bit of the practice, maybe an hour or so, get as much as I can in, and then get a report back.
You got off at 11:30 in high school. They're like, Dempsey gets off at noon. What does he do the rest of the day? Oh, we're going to schedule practice at 1:50. We're going to start at 1:50, and we're going to run till about 4 o'clock. So I will see you out there at OTAs next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Right?
RJ Saunders, you mini camp veteran, what's going on in there this morning?
Morning, boys. What's the haps?
Is that hat keeping your head warm, or is that a fashion statement?
Come on.
Right there.
Come on.
Come on right on front of me. Come on. Why do you ask me something like that? So RJ's ready to roll. We're going to have a special visit from FanCam. If you're streaming us now, he's hiding in the corner. Look at him sitting back there like there.
He's got his arms folded, a little defense mode.
He's got a gift bag for one Fat Tony.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
You know what Fat Tony's favorite food is, right?
Yes.
The tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. It's no surprise.
No,
Tony
right,
knows what's coming here. But
beautiful. Bunch of tomatoes.
Literally tomatoes. FanCam, go.
You didn't come to throw it at us, I hope. Tomatoes. That's not a good thing for a show.
That doesn't seem like a thing much anymore. Like fruit and vegetables getting thrown at people.
It just seems so crazy.
It does seem like there was a point in time, I don't know if
Your
I've ever
jokes are
seen it
bad,
in
and here's
reality.
how you know.
Here's a tomato for you.
Right, like do you go in thinking, I really don't like this comedian, I'm going to bring last week's lettuce or what,
Honey, what's taking you so long? I'm just getting ready. Just
loading up.
I'm adding a couple tomatoes.
I hate this guy.
No need to compost. We'll just get it out there. All right, so today, Friday's a little freewheeling around these parts. We'll have some serious conversation today because, in the wake of Kyle Busch passing away, just shocking. Look, anybody who goes, most people who go, you can say they went too young, but 41 years old and seemingly in pretty good health prior to the most recent race at Watkins Glen, I think it was, got like a sinus infection. So, I don't know what went down obviously from there, but just stunning. And I remember back, my son is anything but a sports fan, right? I mean, it's just the way it is, right? And he's charting his own path, and I back him 1,000,000% on that. But the one thing we used to bond over on sports, other than me coaching him, was watching Kyle Busch drive.
Wow. No kidding.
Because he had the M&M's car.
Yeah, right.
And, so I asked him yesterday, do you remember that? He probably was like 6, 7 years old at the time, but we used to sit there and root for the M&M's car, and just because it was the M&M's car.
Yeah, absolutely.
It happened to be Kyle Busch, and so today the question of the day is out there, a little bit serious, but we're not trying to be maudlin or anything about it. Which athlete's death in your lifetime kind of impacted you the most, hit you the hardest? Also going to talk about the best players in the AFC South. We got a lot of goodies to get into today. So FanCam's going to join us as the voice of Jaguar fandom coming up next. I didn't speak for everybody, but he's one of the representatives that carries the banner of the teal. So we're ready to rock. If you want to get in with us today and talk about anything Jaguar football related or our topic of the day today, 641-1010 on the Key Buick GMC phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at that same number. Stream us on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, or social media. You can find us at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, at FanCam1. Is that right? All right, just checking. Just checking if that was right. And, of course, at R has no J. I don't want to jump the gun there and have a little musical interlude and then find out what FanCam's X handle is out there. So anyway, glad you're along. We had some fun talking Jaguar ball as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. I hope you stay with us here for the next couple hours on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for big number one Duval Ford. Look, if your business runs on trucks, you know this. Downtime, simply not an option. It's why businesses trust the Duval Ford Pro Elite Commercial Service Center. They have a state-of-the-art facility that's built for commercial vehicles with oversized service bays. They can handle everything from vans to heavy-duty bucket trucks, you name it. Plus, Duval Ford has extended hours to keep your fleet moving. With mobile service that comes to your job site, they'll help maximize uptime and productivity. Big number one Duval Ford, 1616 Cassett Avenue.
Jaguars today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
That's why I came up with this little beauty.
What is it?
It's 1010XL.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Honda always has cool stuff, Greg. But talk about the side-by-side of what Pioneer has.
I tell you, the all-new Pioneer, which is their flagship model, all redesigned this year, comes with a cab for heat and AC, so if you want to stay a little cool on those hot summer days when you're out riding, this is the ticket.
And you can have the stereo, full sound.
You name it, we got it. Wheels, tires, stereos, lights, heat and AC, we're your people.
Go check it out in the showroom. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Pages in your mailbox right now. Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go. Money Pages in your mailbox right now.
We went to probably 4 or 5 jewelry stores.
Jacksonville's Mitch Vandal went to the town center looking for an engagement ring, but found the big box corporate jewelry experience wasn't for him.
Nobody's really helping us. One of the stores, some people walked in behind us and they were offered beer and champagne, and I'm wearing shorts and a cutoff, so I don't really look the part. So I was like, well, I guess we'll go somewhere else. I don't know if they think we can afford to shop here or what.
So he went across and discovered locally owned Beards Diamonds.
When I walked in, everybody just said, hey, welcome in. Welcome to Beards.
Mitch loved the service and attention he got at Beards and ended up with a bigger, better quality diamond.
It was about twice the size of what I thought I could afford, and it was also about twice the size of what my wife thought she wanted.
Today, Mitch tells all his friends, shop local, shop Beards.
You're going to get the best deal on the best diamond.
Unbeatable value, unmatched selection, uncompromising personal service.
Anybody that I know, I want them to shop at Beards.
Beards Diamonds, St. John's Town Center.
Sent in, and Sporting Jacks breaks through first.
For the latest on Jacksonville's pro soccer teams, join the Sporting Jacks Coaches Show, presented by Honda of the Avenues, every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010 AM and 1010XL.com.
At the Y, there's no place like this place. More than just a gym, the YMCA is a community where support, connection, and your well-being come first. And now, getting started is easier than ever with Your Rate, an income-based, affordable membership designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget, so you can focus on what really matters: feeling better, moving more, and connecting with others. Join today and discover a place where you truly belong. Learn more about Your Rate at fcymca.org.
Hey, it's Greg. So, quick update on my path to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. 2 weeks in, and honestly, it's been outstanding. I'm already down 13 pounds. Had to tighten the belt a notch. Friends and coworkers here at 1010XL are starting to notice. You know, it's funny nowadays when somebody loses weight, everybody just kind of assumes, oh, you're doing the shots. Well, nah, that wasn't for me. I didn't want injections, pills, supplements, or chemicals just to kill my appetite. I needed a real lifestyle change, learning better habits with an actual coach and a real plan. Because here's the thing. I'm busy, I'm always on the road, and it's easy to grab whatever's fast and convenient. But I finally decided to stop making excuses, especially after finding out I'm going to be a grandpa. And that lose 40 by the 4th concept was just the push I needed, and it's working. I'm eating, losing weight, and actually enjoying the process. How often do you hear a guy say that? So do it with me. Call today, and today is the perfect time to start getting healthy with a custom weekly plan. Call 844-346-1800 or at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
You need my love, oh so bad.
Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
A lot of talk about 80s, the 70s metal and hair metal and all those different things going on behind the scenes today.
Yeah.
Album art. You don't want to have that. You cannot have that conversation.
Just
on the
thoughts
air.
they stick in your head forever.
I wouldn't even feel comfortable on a podcast with that one, Tony.
Yeah.
I think
No.
I'd,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Gotta
best.
keep that one
That's
quiet.
best left
Yes.
for the archives of the off the air. Fan Cam, good morning to you. How are you, bud?
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, guys. Hope everybody's having a great morning. From the conversation in the last break, it seems like everybody is.
Well, you know, we're in a fairly, solid mood today. You're repping Gator softball today.
Yep. We started 11. Hopefully get to the World Series again. And
That's why you wanted to come in early. I knew it.
I got an angle. It's okay, Charlie. I've got an angle. Well, I'm hoping to get home for the start of that one, but it's recorded either way. I got the grill ready to go, and I got an ice cold 12-pack of Logan Brow ready to pound.
Logan Brow, baby.
Yes, indeed.
That's some beer. Let me tell
That
you.
is some good beer.
He's intertwined with the program. You're repping the J Fund with your hat as well. You're like full Duval today. Is
Things
what you
get
are.
out of hand, I will shut that pole down.
Tommy was just saying you're playing at Strings next Saturday,
Next
right?
Saturday, the
Dad bod.
30th.
So
Yes,
Fan
sir.
Cam has already, secured front row seating.
That's right. Come
for that
on.
one.
It's gonna be
So
rocking in
looking
there.
forward to it.
Yeah, same.
So Jags off season, my brother. What say you?
Kind of mild. I like what they did across the board. I think Rodriguez is a perfect complement to Tootin and LaQuinn Allen. You got a hammer to go with the speed, and I like it. Quiet in that regard. The draft was pretty much what he telegraphed was going to happen. Liam's biggest concern was the running game, particularly when people knew you were going to run. You need to be able to move the ball and move the chains in those situations, and he went out and first 3 picks were all aligned with that kind of mentality. The only way to get another inline blocker on the field without tipping your hand on what you're going to do is a big, mean tight end that can catch the ball as well. I think the Borgster fits that bill.
Let me ask, is this team better today than it was at the end of last year?
My gut feeling will be that it will be a better team. You got mostly a pretty young ball club. So you're going to see progression in a lot of these guys. I'd like to see BTJ get back to his old self. Trevor's going to have 2 years in the system. You got more stability and cohesiveness and experience playing together on the offensive line. You brought in 2 more big guys on either side of the interior of the lines. I like both the picks there. I think it's funny. You guys had a great question yesterday. I was thinking about it, and the first thing that hit my mind, if I could bring anybody back from the past, who would that be?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that hit me was Big John Henderson. And how dominating he would be and how he would free up the guys on the edge so much. But there's so many great answers to that question. I mean, Fred Taylor.
All right, you
with this
can't
offense.
argue Freddie would just upgrade this running
Yeah,
game to, the nth factor.
And same thing, Tony Baselli would play right into what Liam's looking for. So, I mean, there's a lot of great answers, and it was a really stimulating question. I enjoyed
what
it.
do you say, Tommy? If you could, this was including yourself, of course.
It wouldn't be me.
Bring
trust
back
me.
any past Jaguar for just this year. You get them at their absolute best. We had a variety of answers.
Tony Brackens.
T. Brack. I went with Calais, and That's kind of where it was for me, though. Like, T-Brack was the first one I thought of, and then I'm like,
Can you imagine him being like the third pass rusher in his prime off the bench?
Well, that's the
on
thing,
this
right?
team,
Like
right now, that would be that's what you need. That's what
wouldn't that be a waste though of Brackens? Like, if you had Brackens on this team in his prime, wouldn't you have to play him at end, and you'd have to find a rotation that maybe played Trayvon inside a little bit more than you were planning on doing?
Yeah.
Find
but
70%
it would also
of the
give you a
snaps
chance
for all
to rest him for a minute and then get him back out there for passing down. So, yeah, T-Brack would be. I mean, it's hard to say without. I mean, not to say Freddie T.
Right.
I mean, Freddie would. Are you kidding me? He would be unbelievable in this.
Tony went with Rasheem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Another thing that came right to my mind as well.
Heck
You
yeah,
get that, an athlete like that in the back end would be incredibly helpful to this defense.
Oh, we hope we got one of them, right? I mean, we'll find out in Travis Hunter being a full-time guy this year. But imagine if you had that and Rasheem and Monteric.
Yeah, right.
I was looking. I'm going to flood you guys with PFF stats now. I told Tony I finally broke down this morning.
Yeah.
And I subscribed to Pro Football Focus for the first time because it just gets frustrating. I'm like,
they break it down.
It's 120 for the year, right? But it's a tax write-off, whatever. I'll forget to claim
They
it.
give you great stats, though, man. You can find a lot.
The thing that got me, they were talking about the best free agent move for the Jags this offseason. Now you think, what do they do? They got Chris Rodriguez and they got Amir Abdullah just recently. But, well, let's not forget, Monteric Brown was a free agent, right? And they signed him to a 3-year deal. PFF graded him as like the 21st best corner in the league last year. And they're paying him like the 30th best with the new contract.
Okay.
So that's, you know, if he continues to play that way or even better, could turn into a nice value.
He's the kind of player you want out there too. You know, he's fast enough. He's not a burner, but he's fast enough. Very physical, stays on his guy, can make plays on the ball, is good against the run. He's the kind of corner that you want opposite Travis Hunter.
Let me ask you, Cam. And by the way, we assume everyone in our audience knows who Fan Cam is. John Port's been serving chili breakfast out at training camp since day one, basically. And you're just a long friend of all of ours, friend of the program, all that good stuff. So I think a lot of
he's the OG GoPro before they called it GoPro,
right?
Basically.
Like he mounted a camera on was it like a construction? It was like
Jaguars helmet.
Yeah, Jaguars helmet.
Yep.
And you had, was it fancam.com or whatever?
I did.
Back in the day. And you'd post your videos prior to games.
Yeah, we'd actually post them after the game.
But I mean, you'd take them prior to the game,
we'd
walk
around for a half hour before the game, talking, sharing recipes, sharing drinks, having a great time.
Yep.
And it reminds me, one of your others hit you the other day on the air was, what was your first memory of training camp? And it hit me right away. I'll never forget mine was we were on Coughlin time in 96.
Of course.
First one back. And he didn't, none of these 10, 20 practices or, you're starting at 8 o'clock. And here comes Tom walking around the old practice fields that you talked about. And here comes Tom walking around the fence with a couple of his guys trailing him behind him. And there I am set up on the right where he ends up walking to with a big old stock pot of chili and our crew sitting there eating. And I, care for a bowl of chili, Coach? And that was the first thing he heard at training camp in Jacksonville was me asking him if he wanted a bowl of chili. And he started laughing and said, "No, not now, thank you." And that might have been the only time he laughed all training camp.
Yeah.
Or ever.
But that it's like we were talking about on the break, one of those memories you'll never lose no matter what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I was at the J-Fund Sunday and Monday. It was an unbelievable event.
Yeah, and now Tom does laugh. I just
he does,
did you see him laugh very much when he was coaching?
No, there was hardly any laugh.
Yeah, right. That's
not from what I remember.
Some of the rough edges
on
been sanded
he would
off.
celebrate. It wasn't like he celebrating.
Of course, he was happy.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a whole lot of joking around,
chuckling, glad handing, and all that good stuff. So I was going to ask you before I just wanted to reset up who you are for everybody. Offense, I think it's easy to be excited about the offense, right? Because you got so many weapons and offense is fun and Liam Cohen, that's his forte and all that. How good do you think this defense can be?
Well, you got a big question mark at linebacker. But other than that, I think a lot of it will depend on Murray and, Jordan being healthy. If Lewis and Murray are there as stability and experience on the back end, and Hunter's back healthy, we'll see what happens at that linebacker spot. But I think their inside is going to be more effective on defense. I think the edge rushers, if Trayvon can stay healthy, like you were pointing out the other day, I think he could have a monster year. He's a heck of a ball player. Baselli calls him the best run defender in the league on the edge. And I think that's something that gets overlooked in the conversation between him and Hutchinson, is how, and particularly in his first time here, how important it was they wanted him to crush the edge and push that tackle back into the backfield on that side. He's not doing the spin moves, the dipsy doodles, and everything else every play. A lot of his time was spent literally shutting down that side of the field. And I think he's going to be a hell of a ball player this year. Let's hope he stays healthy this year.
Yeah, we were talking about yesterday, the best and worst offseason moves for the Jags. And RJ and I agreed Trayvon getting the contract done, or the Jags getting it done with him at a reasonable number.
Oh, yeah.
And locking him in for the long term. And,
I mean, look, he's always been great against the run. He's always been a good bull rusher, but you need more than that. And he was developing his game that before he got hurt. The couple years before, when he's getting those sacks, you could see the bend, you could see the dip, you could see him using his hands. And then, of course, look, when you don't have your grip, you can't rush the passer. It's really, you can't grab and tug and pull and use leverage against that. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. So I'm looking forward to seeing him being healthy and getting back to that kind of defensive end. He's all like double teams, no problem. That's why you can move him inside. That's why he's so strong against the run. He does not get pushed back. You never see him get pushed back. Every time I watch the tape on Monday, he's never is he pushed off the line of scrimmage.
You're excited about seeing the development of Trayvon Walker. Tony Smith's smelling it right now. He smelled that.
Oh, for sure.
Tomatoes are in the room. Tony's absolute favorite food. Do tell, how's the garden growing?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you with all my heart and soul. And I know you guys feel the same way about all the veterans and their families that have paid the ultimate price so we could be doing stuff like this.
Of course.
And it's words are insufficient to describe the sacrifice and the contribution they made to our country. And we appreciate it very, very much.
Yes, sir.
And in that vein, I thought, with FT being off next week on vacation and a Memorial Day weekend, what a great time to send a bag of tomatoes over to him to have fun.
Thank you, sir.
You could even swim in them with that.
Bro,
how many different kinds?
High quality stuff.
You got a few different kinds in
You
there.
got beefsteaks, early girls, a bunch of homegrown from seed San Marzanos, which are among the most favorite tomatoes in the world by chefs.
Wow.
Be honest, he could be making all that up and we wouldn't know, right?
Sounds
Other than beefsteaks.
Yeah, beefsteaks.
Well, there's some big boys. There's about 5 or 6 different types. Unfortunately, none of the lemon boys were ripe, which are really
That's a
cool
shame.
looking.
Oh,
they turn a bright
those last
yellow.
year. They were really good.
okay.
And even my wife, who typically doesn't like anything she doesn't like. So she knows what she likes, and if it's not on that list,
should have married her.
Are you a green tomato guy?
I'll eat green tomatoes.
and even she dug into a couple lemon boys. She's like, "Oh my gosh, these things are great." So,
I was asking about green tomatoes. You eat green tomatoes?
I'm not a tomato guy.
Oh, you're
I
you
grow
just
them
grow
for
them.
our neighbors and for the wife,
okay.
and Karen volunteers at Baptist, helping out the emergency room staff, and all the nurses and the other volunteers get tomatoes, and all my
it's
neighbors.
a versatile
love
little fruit, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
do a
make
lot with
sauces with them, but
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Is a green tomato a non-ripe red tomato?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like harder, like a banana.
They're harder, and apparently there's something Tony can probably help us with this. Fried green tomatoes. They made a movie.
Yeah.
How do you batter them up and just slice them and throw them in a pan, or
A little bit of oil, yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad you asked about the are they just the non-ripe red ones? I was thinking the same way. I don't know.
Yeah, all right. I got a question for you. So with the 42,000 limited capacity, is that south end zone? Are you guys?
We're good.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Your seat is still there.
I know those were my favorite seats.
Yeah, that was a great time.
It really was.
And
we had them for about 4 or 5 years. We had 5 seats in a row across the aisle from fan, last row in the south end zone, right beneath the bud zone, not too far. We had to take a leak. It was absolutely fantastic.
When we started, that was the top of the stadium.
That was.
And then they kept then the bud zone, and they kept building up to the balconies and everything. So The best part about it is the sun is behind you.
Yep.
And the next best part about it, nobody can tell you to sit down.
That's
because
right.
there's nobody behind.
There's nobody behind you. And they're above you.
Yeah.
You have room.
Yeah.
There's extra room there. Yeah. It was
So I mean,
absolutely
I
beautiful.
don't think I've sat down on a defensive play since probably '95.
Yeah.
So.
Too many people sit down.
I feel like you should be able to stand at a sporting event if
Yeah.
you're
If
cheering.
somebody's
If you're
in
not
front-
just trying
yeah.
to, be a wall or whatever.
Yeah, people complain. Though,
I know they do.
especially
I
here
know
in
they
Jayville.
do.
They
I
complain.
know.
Those. Where's my pinky? Those club seat holders, and the one, you're like,
too fancy.
Sit down. Be like, what? Shut up. Get up. Start cheering for your team. Let's
Amen
go,
to that,
man.
Tommy.
All right. We got to wrap it up, Cam. Thank you for the special delivery.
No doubt.
And thank you for all the continued friendship. And I would wish your Gators luck, but I was not being sincere. So hope you enjoy your weekend.
I appreciate your sincerity. Go Gators.
All right, buddy.
Can't
there
believe
you
the
go.
chili's right around the corner. I mean, seriously.
It'll be coming
It's
sooner.
like before you know it, we'll be eating chili.
A few dad bod shows in between.
That's true.
All
Okay,
right,
we'll
this
throw
a
that
little
in
time.
there.
All right,
That's
we're
right.
going to wrap up this segment. Come back, get it back on point here. If you want to get in, 641-1010 on the Key Buick GMC phone lines. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Thanks to our friend Fan Cam for stopping by on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. You want to speak about good foods? Dandy's got you covered now. If you want good pick-me-up, whenever you're driving around Duval, just swing into an area Circle K, head right to the fresh case, and look for that Dandy label, D-A-N-D-E-E. And the Anytime Deli line, that's all part of the family as well. The Thompson family, a Jacksonville group, started Dandy 70 years ago, and a bunch of their family members and friends and neighbors are still employed. They're putting out high-quality food, never settling for less than the best. The best ingredients delivered fresh daily, great variety, whether it's breakfast, sandwiches, subs, protein packs, veggie trays, fruit cups, salads, you name it. Dandy's got a little something for everybody that won't weigh you down, but it'll fill you up, and it won't break the bank either. So if you're in Duval and you're looking for food on the go, Dandy is absolutely the name to know. So when you're hungry, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, locking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Hey, Gate fans, power up your meal with an electrifying deal. My Gate Rewards members can snag a Monster Energy for just $1 when you buy any made-to-order entree. Breakfast bowl or pizza, it's your choice. Just add a Monster and boost your day. See store for details.
Alert! Alert! Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix Safe, with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top-quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's
Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, what do they call it? Club JJ during XL Prime Time. We got Club RJ spinning the hits right now for Jaguars today. Glad you're with us. Thanks to Fan Cam for stopping by. You think we kid about this, right? Like, tomato is literally Tony's favorite food.
Yeah.
Your favorite thing to eat.
Single food.
Favorite single one-item food.
Yes.
What's your favorite way to eat a tomato, or just tomatoes in general?
Tomatoes in general, like during the break, this is what Dempsey is alluding to. Like, I went out and I took the sack of tomatoes to my desk here that you and I share.
Yeah.
And like Fan Cam was walking by and I said, thank you again. I was like, I'm about to eat one right now. I did. I ate one of the tomatoes on the break.
Nice.
Had a tomato.
Just a little one. It was excellent.
I said, what kind was it? He's like, tasty kind.
Yeah, snack size.
Size. Delicious.
Yeah. What kind of what's good? It's got to be good for you. Most of it, I would think.
Yeah, you don't want to it's everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Right, like it's one of those things.
Sugar in it, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, it's acidic, right? So you don't want to.
I can't eat
It's not like you're just going to sit there and eat 15 of them.
Right, gotcha.
You know, like the one's enough.
An apple a day.
How many could you eat?
Like
Tony?
Who knows?
Without yakking, that would be a good one.
I can tell you, like, I'm not worried about whether or not I'm going to finish that bag.
Oh, I've seen you in action, bro.
Like, that's going to happen.
Yeah. I could eat ripe bananas like that. I could eat a bunch of bananas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could eat maybe 2.
2?
Yeah.
How about a good orange?
Well, talking about the bananas, I'm sure, have you had a banana when it's still green?
No.
Right? That's the green tomato.
No, right.
Right?
Yeah, so I wouldn't dig that.
It's the right before it's ripe.
Right.
Kind of thing. It's a different kind of flavor.
Hard, though.
Texture. I'm not eating that either.
No, it's got to be mushy almost.
No, I don't like it's got to be
totally mushy, but
soft. The banana's got a very narrow
I don't want it green.
Range
I don't want it brown.
No,
I want
agree.
it yellow.
For it to be perfect.
Right. If you get it in that range.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Anytime
banana
I eat one
for
in that range,
breakfast
I
is
think
good.
of, man, if I was a gorilla, I'd be eating
In fact, I don't eat breakfast very often, but when I do, it's usually just a banana. That's what I eat for breakfast.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what to tell you.
There you go.
It's not
All right,
bad.
so there you go.
It's not bad, yeah.
Our fruit eating habits around these parts
There you go.
are all
Love it.
exposed. Tommy,
Friday,
let's tie it back in a little Jaguar talk here.
Let's do it.
We were looking at this piece by Bill Barnwell yesterday, and it was best and worst moves. In his opinion, for the Jags, best move was replacing Travis Etienne with Chris Rodriguez, which was interesting, and he did back it up with some statistical. Like 3 different areas where he thinks that Jags will actually maybe improve or weren't getting what you thought they were getting. And the worst move was just overdrafting players, which most national people will say that's the worst thing the Jags did. Tony and I didn't really get into the worst side of it. So let's start with the best. What do you think the best move the Jaguars have made this offseason is?
I don't know if I don't know if I really have one. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like they did that much to where you're like, oh, that was a great move.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that. I don't know. Chris Rodriguez may be unbelievable. I mean, he may be exactly what the doctor ordered, but I haven't seen it, so I can't sit there and be like, oh, that's the best move.
Well, to give you some examples, right? Because it's like adding guys from the outside, they haven't done a lot other than the draft, and we don't know what they're going to be. Tony went with retaining both coordinators.
Yeah.
I felt like that wouldn't top my list because you really didn't have control over that.
Well, to me, look, best move. Yeah, they just didn't get hired, so they come back to the team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I went with
but I get what you're saying.
RJ and I went with Trayvon's contract extension.
Okay.
I guess you could throw re-signing Monteric in there. There aren't a ton, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't switched it up that much.
I feel you asked Fan Cam, are they better? I can't say they're better, but I don't think they're worse either, right? They're coming off a 13-win season, so we'll see. But I don't know. I feel like as far as what's their best move, I would retain Trayvon, but I would expect them that they were going to do that eventually. You know what I mean?
I would too, but it was to me as much about the price that they got him at, right? Anything in the $20 million a year average, when you like the top of the market is mid-40s.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I get it.
But he's not a top of the market.
I get
guy
that, but
yet.
he's still a really good player.
He is very
right?
much so.
And I just feel like that gives them a really solid player who's a culture fit. And gives them financial flexibility still going into the future.
Yeah. I mean, look, you get your health, your guys back healthy. That's a good move, Guys that'll make it there. They didn't do it, but I'm just
if they
I don't
get
know.
back
I just
healthy.
don't look. And again,
Right, I hear you.
I'm looking forward to this team. I think they're going to be very competitive, but I don't feel like they really did that much to.
What about the
better
other
their
side
team.
then? What's the worst thing they did?
My opinion is not keeping Devin.
That's why I kind of wanted to
Lloyd.
bring this back up because I heard Jeff Prosser and ET talking about it this morning.
Yeah.
And they were both kind of debating, would they have done that?
Yeah.
And ET made a point of saying, for $15 million, I think it ultimately when the dust settled, it's more like a $12 million a year contract that he got with Carolina. It might be one of those, if he hits all his incentives, it could push it up to this.
Yeah.
But it's basically 3 years at $12 million per with a chance to
get to 15.
More. I that is probably and I brought this up a bunch of times, probably my biggest mystery, other than the Cole Van Lannon return timetable, is what did the Jags offer Devin Lloyd? Because Devin Lloyd said they made him an offer.
Right.
How close was it? Was it a competitive offer? They had to know he was going to get something $10 million plus, you would think.
I can't say it's as big a mistake as when we didn't keep Calais. Remember, he wanted $15 million a year or something like that, and we no, and we're like, what? He's the best. And then you hear, look, Jack Campbell just got $20 million, and he doesn't do in the pass game that Devin did last year. I think for that number too, you throw in that number, that I don't know, why not keep him? Why disrupt it? Why not build? And that's one thing I didn't get. Like, well, it was our system. I'm like, yeah, but you're only all pro in the system. So what are you talking about?
Do you think, like, Calais was Calais, right? Calais was he was a leader, right?
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to do things the right way, and and there was pushback in that locker room from some of the personalities who thought he was kind of a company man, too much of a company man, and worse things were said about him.
Right.
And you wonder, like, did that aspect of the locker room
Could have
win
been a
out?
part about,
Right? Like those guys that you felt were going to be around for longer, there were more of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
no, maybe you might have a point like, hey, maybe we got to get rid of Calais and keep these guys.
Or like, let's
5-1.
Right, like Calais is older. Yes, he had some great years for us, but it's probably going to be diminishing returns. I'm just trying to get in their head because, you look at some of the, like, you go back, Dave Caldwell said, man, it was one of the dumbest things I ever did let Darryl Smith walk out the door.
Yeah.
They went too young too quickly.
Yeah. So good. That guy was unbelievable.
He really was.
And then he went to Baltimore and still played at a really high level.
For years.
I know.
For several,
I know.
like 4
total beast.
I feel like 4 or 5 more years he was in Baltimore playing at a pretty good level. Anyway, all right, let's take a time out here. Question today out there, and you're certainly welcome to weigh in on it in a variety of ways. Text line, on social media, on air. In light of the passing yesterday of Kyle Busch, which athlete's death hit you the hardest in your lifetime? We'll get to the phone lines when we come back in a moment. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and RJ Saunders. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Frank's getting a longer weekend. Hayes Carline and Ryan O'Halloran take you into the weekend with the lead. Fridays 4 to 6 on 1010XL.
The weather is heating up, and it's time to drop a line in the water. Gear up today at Green Acres Sporting Goods, Jacksonville's fishing headquarters. From Shimano and Penn Reels to Zoom baits and much more for saltwater and freshwater fishing. They've got everything you need to land the big one. And when your gear needs work, trust their expert rod and reel repair to keep you casting like new. Stop by Green Acres today or shop online at greenacresporting.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Hey gang, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. It's May, which means the oven is on. It's also National Skin Cancer Awareness Month. Bottom line, take care of your skin. Protect it like your life depends on it because, well, it does. Use the sunscreen, wear the hat, put on the shirt. Keep yourself protected. To ensure your skin is in top-notch shape, you can always rely on my doc, the Beaches Dermatology. Been going to them for years. And my skin thanks me for it. Book your appointment today at beachesdermatology.com.
The key to victory is anticipation.
The road to the regular season rides through the Combine, free agency, the draft, OTAs, and minicamps.
This should be fun to watch.
Follow the offseason with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Electrical problems? Call American Electrical Contracting. 737-7770. Small jobs or large, they do them all. Work with a locally owned and operated company that will wire it right at a fair price. It's not just a slogan, it's the way they do business.
In a sea of big box corporate chain jewelry stores here, Beard's Diamonds is a refreshing alternative.
I grew up in Jacksonville, and we have been shopping at Beard's for over 2 decades.
Meet Richard Skinner. Richard's journey with Beard's started when nobody could even come close on the engagement ring he wanted.
We did shop around that stone and that particular setup with different jewelers, and Beard's was able to come in significantly lower. It was a no-brainer.
Since then, he's become another voice in the word-of-mouth advertising that has made Beard's stronger than ever.
I have referred my friends and sisters and brothers, and they have all had a very, very pleasurable experience at Beard's. The selection is great. The staff is awesome. It's a well-run business that really does care about their clients and their customers.
And unlike the others at Town Center, Beard's is a locally owned family jeweler.
The fact that they're locally owned, it does give you a little bit more personal experience. They actually have a desire to better the city of Jacksonville.
Beard's Diamonds. Online at beardsdiamonds.com.
There's a lot happening at Cycles of Jacksonville. Tell them about it, Greg.
It's summertime and it's time to ride. We continue to roll through our demo days. We've got yet another one coming up. Sully's going to fill you in on all the details, but you're going to want to be here to ride a Triumph.
Yes, we have Triumph Roadster Demo Day, June 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You do not want to miss this one. Come on down to Cycles of Jacksonville.
We are your place to be, especially if you want to ride. Everybody's always smiling when they get off those demos.
Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency. cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Julington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
I know I should say no, but it's kinda hard when she's ready to go.
Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, Jaguars Today. We've got more self-esteem around these parts than we probably deserve. That's just the way it goes. You ever rip this one with the dad bods?
No, but that's good. Offspring, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to try it.
From back in the early 90s. Yeah.
That was a good era of music.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat. A lot of those bands to me, like,
if you
it
were
wasn't
into
my
grunge
era.
and pop punk, then it was a great era.
Yeah.
Of music.
Like, if you could give me probably like 10 songs and
New
give
metal,
me
the
names of like 10 different bands, and I would have a hard time pairing which one went with which band.
Which song, which with band. Yeah.
They
it makes sense for it to be my music.
Yeah.
Like I was like 13, you know,
Oh, yeah,
when all
right.
that was
Yeah.
going on,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, this is when I was
Yeah.
getting into music, was right when Korn was a thing.
Tony missed out
You
on
know?
the rise of the Kiss Army,
I did.
unfortunately for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go to the phones. If you want to weigh in
All right.
on today's subject matter, we're going to talk about this a little bit with Kyle Busch passing away at the age of 41. It's still, I don't want to say mysterious circumstances. We don't know exactly what happened. He had
Right.
some kind of sinus infection, it's believed. Maybe he got sepsis, all kind of theory. I don't know. Obviously not a doctor, but 41 years of age and obviously gone too soon. Let's welcome in Joel in St. Augustine to get the phone lines rolling this morning. Joel, you're on Jaguars Today. Good morning.
Morning. Thanks, fellas. So, for me, I guess athlete's death that really impacted me the most, I'd have to say was Orlando Brown, the former offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And the reason is ESPN did a story about him, and it talked about how he had undiagnosed diabetes, and he died at age 40. And at the time, I already knew that I probably had it, and that just encouraged me that, you know, this is going to be me if I don't do something. So that encouraged me to go ahead and start getting my checkups. Of course, they said I did have it, and start, you know, doing what I need to do to fix my health, because, you know, that's something that was easily able to be fixed if you would attend to it. But if you ignore it, it's going to get you. So that's the one that got me the most.
Well, that is a great example, Joel, and we're happy for you that hopefully things are headed in the right direction, because, you know, I'm thinking what affected me emotionally. Like, that affected Joel's life. Like, you know what, man?
Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy if I'm not careful. We were just talking about, Tom, you brought up Payne Stewart on the break.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember the details of this. I knew he died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Right? And it was Payne, and they had a couple of pilots, and his kids were on the plane, and his wife. And I believe that was the case. Yeah, 5 others.
Yeah, there was 6 total, I think.
2 crew members, Payne Stewart,
his 2 kids,
and 3. It might not have been his children. I was looking at another one where Greg Biffle passed away, and he had a couple of children. So it might not have, might be wrong about Payne Stewart's kids, but I did not realize, or maybe I didn't and forgot, their plane cabin lost oxygen.
Yeah,
and the backup system didn't work, and shortly after takeoff, the plane flew for 1,500 miles on autopilot.
Yeah. I remember the fighter jets, like, following it. I remember when it was happening. You're like, what? What's going on?
Right.
Like, how is that happening?
And they could see inside the cockpit that everyone's passed out there. And went for 1,500 miles.
Unreal.
And, you know, thankfully, I mean, there's one small blessing. It crashed in a pasture in South Dakota.
Right.
Like, what a unbelievable way to go. I mean, Jay McGillis was your teammate. Obviously, that's had a huge impact on the city of Jacksonville. The legacy that Tom Coughlin built through the J Fund has been, you know, if there's good that can come out of someone's death, and you know, you'd never wish that on a young person, obviously, but I mean, the McGillis family and the Coughlin family and everybody who has contributed to the J Fund and works for them over the years have made you know, the biggest blessing out of a horrible situation that you could imagine.
No doubt. Jay, you know, we just had his 31st J Fund golf tournament in Gala. They raised up $1.4 million in the one night. So generous of all the people there. The golf was great. I played golf. Yeah.
Nice.
At TPC.
I
even got some golf shoes before.
I was about to say, did you get the shoes?
I did. The shoes came in.
You Amazoned it?
I Amazoned it. Got
fit? Everything was good?
Fit great.
Nice.
Size 13, fit snug and nice. Had some decent shots, but had some really terrible ones too. But
golf,
it was, you know, just phenomenal. I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, I MC the lunch, and I was saying this, like, you know, a lot of Jay's roommates came this year, you know, that lived with him in different stages of their college careers, and it brought me back to his funeral. And I remember, like, vividly Jay's funeral, where I was sitting, where I could see his casket, you know, that was in the middle of the aisle, and they put his number 31 jersey on top of it, and everyone, you know, obviously lost it. I just remember being so
sad for his family. Like, here's a young kid, just a good kid. I mean, he's a really good kid. I mean, he was a great football player and a really good kid. And when he got sick, you know, we were like in disbelief, like, yeah, he'll be fine, you know. And then we thought he was going to make it, and then he didn't make it. It was devastating for a lot of guys. I think for a lot of guys, it was first time they experienced death like that. Someone you really cared about, loved. You know, it was like a brother.
Yeah, because y'all were young, and probably most of your parents were still with you. You know,
no doubt, absolutely. And then you turn it into, you know, raising what before the weekend, they've raised $39 million in the J Fund.
That's I mean, for Tom Coughlin, we say it all the time, and you know, Tom Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls, and that in our minds, that may be the first thing, you know, in his obituary one day, hopefully many years down the line, but it's not the most important thing that he's done. You know, I mean, just ask any of the families impacted here by the J Fund in Jacksonville. And
it's incredible.
Been phenomenal. And New York as well. Let's get Patty in St. Augustine before we hit the break. Patty, you're on Jaguars Today. Good morning.
Good morning. As far as the athlete that I remember best, I'm an older woman, and this is going back a lot of years, but I had just moved out of high school to Florida from Pittsburgh. I don't think I was down here a month, and that would have been like December of 72, and they announced on the TV that Roberto Clemente passed away in an airplane crash. And I think he was doing he was delivering supplies maybe to Nicaragua or somewhere that, you know,
it's like hurricane relief or something like that, right? Or,
something to that effect. I recall that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of them, you know, Dale Earnhardt. I think it's the unexpected ones.
That's right.
That affect you maybe the most, that are younger and, you know, you don't feel like they've lived a full life yet. And it just happens so quickly.
Yep.
No question.
You know, without.
Patty, well, we appreciate you weighing in, you know, not trying to be maudlin about it. Like, it impacts a lot of people have just got this tweet. There's Roberto Clemente right there. Like, a lot of people have mentioned him.
Think of all the people, famous people that have died from plane crashes.
Right.
Private planes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to get there fast. You know what I mean? But
right. And look, we all wish we had that, and we'd do the same thing.
I
right?
was on one not too long ago. It was cool, but man,
bro, let me tell you, when our good friend Spinner Howland, right, was with the Jacksonville Axemen running that whole show, and Spinner, of course, was from Australia. And one of the big sponsors they tied in was Outback Steakhouse. You know, the Aussie stuff and all that. So he invited me to go up in the Outback Blimp.
Nice.
The Outback Blimp is not the Goodyear Blimp. Oh. It may be an eighth of the size. I mean, it's much smaller. No. Okay? And they have this little canopy that's hanging underneath it. And so we went out to, like, Cecil Field. It was tethered out there.
Yeah.
And the wind was blowing. And this thing is going, and they were like, can't go up today. And I was never happier.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Like, you know what?
What are we even trying for?
I would have done it, but I was like, all right. So, you know, there before the grace of God. 1 hour in the books. If you want to weigh in on this, you're certainly welcome. 2, you want to talk any aspect of Jaguar football, we're doing that in hour 2 as well. Tommy Mack is in studio here with us on this Friday edition of Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. 1010XL. Riding home with the Jaguars play-by-play voice and the Jags beat reporter.
I don't think I want to go.
What do you mean you don't want to go? Frank Frangie and Hayes Carline are on the Frangie Show.
Prepped, pumped, ready to rock.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
And while you're at it, fill it up with gas, okay?
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. E.T. here, and your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. And rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights, and wall-to-wall TVs everywhere. I mean, it's Twin Peaks. Where else you gonna find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injury from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA, who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Prosser here for Lifetime Flooring. You've heard us rave about Lifetime Enclosures. Now let's talk about Lifetime Flooring. I can tell you firsthand, the products and services, the best in Jacksonville. As you know, updating your floors is one of the most dramatic changes you can make to your home. Call the experts at Lifetime Flooring now and ask about their buy one room, get one room free promotion through Memorial Day. 0% financing available to meet any budget. Visit their beautiful showroom just off Phillips Highway and tell them Prosser sent you.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at UNF and Bishop Snyder this summer, plus plenty of other sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
College football isn't just a season, it's a sisterhood. Bold Ladies is the women's membership group of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, where community, connection, and college football come together. This is Stacy from 1010XL, and I enjoy my membership. From exclusive events to networking, philanthropy, and unforgettable game day experiences, Bold Ladies is where women make an impact. Visit TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com and join today.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update. The world of NASCAR continues to mourn the loss of Kyle Busch, a beloved fan favorite who died Thursday at only 41, just days after withdrawing from the Coca-Cola 600 with what officials have described as a severe illness. Florida opens the Gainesville Super Regional against Texas today. First pitch is at 11 a.m. as the Gators chase another championship trip. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 85 degrees at 11:03. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
Now, I know you play a mean air guitar.
That's all air.
Is it all air? Do you have any? Yeah. Those are not, by the way, those are not like meta glasses, are they?
No, we had this conversation.
Did we? All right. I forget.
I don't do that.
I know.
These are just
They
readers.
look like it. They look like it a little bit.
Do they really?
Did we have that conversation on the air?
Yeah.
I
remember my daughter
had the
got me
same
like 5 different
conversations.
pairs I'm down to 2.
Oh, yeah. You'll lose them?
Break them. The blue. I had a pair of
that big noggin.
I'm not kidding. Totally. I went to start my podcast the other day, and I went to put on my blue ones, and the one lens popped right out and broke. I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
So she got you the high quality readers.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, you know, I'm a little rough on them.
All right.
So
fair
let's
enough.
Be honest.
That's right. You can put it back on if you need it.
No, it's fine. I don't need it to look at.
I just would say it's a reader.
The whole
like you just get another one if you need another one.
Yeah. Go to Dollar General, get a 3-pack.
We did have that discussion now that
that you remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because ET is that guy. ET's
I know. Yeah.
Oh, he could always be filming you.
Yeah.
At any given moment.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not filming anybody. So
Man,
don't film me.
Are we lucky or not to have gone to college when we went to college?
Yeah.
Right. To not have everyone filming everything you did at any given moment.
Expand it. I'll be like single life, like you know what I mean.
Anything
prior to marriage, nothing.
And then
it's like it didn't even happen.
No
memory,
right?
Like
it's just whatever you remember about it. It's not everyone's got a picture of everything you did.
Nah, they have no idea. Yeah. Nobody has any idea.
Right.
Well, some people do.
Yeah, some people. They'll keep them out.
And the stories keep getting bigger and bigger. That's part of the joy of it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Why don't we try to get back on track here as Tony Smith takes us around the National Football League.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Tennessee head coach Robert Saleh said that quarterback Cam Ward's shoulder is perfectly healthy heading into the Titans' offseason program. The Los Angeles Rams are signing quarterback Matthew Stafford to a one-year extension that will keep him now, the returning MVP, under contract with the Rams through the 2027 season. The deal is 1 year, $55 million, could be worth up to $60 million with incentives. Detroit is signing linebacker Jack Campbell to a 4-year contract extension that will have him under contract now with the Lions through the 2030 season. The deal is 4 years, $81 million with $51.5 million guaranteed. New York Giants head coach John Harbaugh said yesterday that wide receiver Malik Nabers is, quote, in the slog, end quote, in his rehab right now, and that the goal is to get him on the field in training camp and ready for week 1, also saying that Nabers' recovery is not a simple one. Giants defensive lineman Roy Robertson-Harris suffered a torn Achilles in practice on Wednesday. Philadelphia defensive coordinator Vic Fangio said yesterday that the Eagles will be playing Cooper DeJean as a safety in base personnel this year after playing outside corner in base with him last season. And wide receiver Colin Johnson, who the Jaguars selected in the 5th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, is retiring from the NFL after 5 seasons and will be pursuing his MBA at MIT Sloan.
Wow.
Johnson caught 2 touchdown passes in his career, both here in Jacksonville during his lone rookie season with the Jaguars. The Jaguars' 5th-round pick they used to acquire Johnson, one of the 2 picks they got from the Rams when they traded Dante Fowler to Los Angeles. The other pick they acquired used on Quincy Williams.
Wow.
Turned out to be a pretty good pick, but they gave up on him quickly, and he turned into Robert Saleh had a big part in his development up in New York, as a matter of fact. So, tough one for Roy Robertson-Harris. He started every game for the Giants last year.
I know.
And they traded Dexter Lawrence. Now they did sign DJ Reader. They signed a couple of guys, but I'm sure they were counting on the man affectionately known as Roy Roberts around these parts.
What a shame, man. He was, look, we know what happened here. He gets shipped off to Seattle, then to the Giants. He's playing. He does some great work off the field. Had a great golf tournament, charity tournament here not too long ago, and then that happens, man. Just a bummer, especially at that
second Achilles this offseason for the Giants. A young guy. I don't remember his name.
It was an undrafted corner.
Yeah.
But you're talking about too, like just Colin Johnson announcing his retirement. We saw a Jags undrafted free agent do that as well.
Away.
I think you're going to see a lot more of that, right? Like guys that maybe they made a little bit of money. Right, even if it's not the millions and millions of dollars, maybe you got a couple $100,000 in your pocket coming out of college. You're well ahead of most college graduates. So you get in a rookie minicamp, and you're like, man, there's an uphill climb.
The Miami running back Le'Veon Moss.
Now Le'Veon Moss is one. There's several guys
that
have done it, and you're like, well, that's more of an option. Like in your day, you hung on tooth and nail.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows, Tom, if you had $250,000, or I don't know how much you did get from BC.
I wish. I wish it was more than that. No, but no, you're right. Yeah. I mean, I can remember when I called it quits. I was out at the XFL. Remember, I got drafted by the LA team, and did one practice, and I was like, it wasn't an uphill climb, just not for me. You know what? It's over.
Didn't feel it
Didn't
anymore.
have that juice that I wanted to go out there and really, play football.
But you chased it regardless, and you got a career, right?
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, and
when I was done, I was set up pretty nice.
I just think there are a lot of guys who might have been in your case, if they had a few $100,000, might not have been willing to go through what you had to go through.
That's true.
To fight to make it.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting. I think that when we talked about that football character and all that, the Jags have really placed a high priority on that. And you got to really suss these guys out. What's going to motivate them now going forward?
You think back to, I can remember, 93 and 94, not knowing anything about the Jags at all, no call, no nothing, and I'm just training like I'm going to be playing. Nobody's watching. Nobody knows, except my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just wondering and, hoping that somebody's going to eventually, eventually you're like, all right, I'm done, you know, and then it's over. You give it a couple tries. But, yeah, it's interesting, man. And then you're right. If you had cash in your pocket and you had a degree and
might want
maybe
to start a small business or whatever,
You're off to a good start.
All right, 641-1010. Let's get another call in before the break, and we're going to come back and look at some of the best players in the AFC South.
All right.
Darren out at the beach is up next here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Darren.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to give a little shout-out. Tony, I'm right there with you. Tomatoes are my favorite.
Gotcha. Nice.
And, in fact, give a shout-out to my wife. It's her birthday weekend.
All right.
Because I give absolutely, she'll be 57.
Mm-hmm.
And she gives me all football season to do what I want, travel where I want, do whatever, and go with me and supports me in my fandom of the Jags. And we just have a great time. And so I'm taking her to none other than, y'all brought it up earlier, I'm taking her to the Whistle Stop Cafe this weekend for her birthday. Her birthday is Memorial Day this weekend, and that's where the movie Fried Green Tomatoes was actually filmed at.
Okay,
she's been wanting to go that, so I'm surprising her that for her birthray weekend.
Surprising her?
Wait a minute, surprising her suggests that she doesn't listen to Jaguars Today on a second-by-second basis here. Because you just let the cat out of the bag there, Darren.
Well, it's in the background. She's working. She's taking phone calls right now.
All right.
I really didn't give that a good thought. But anyway, what this means, though, guys, Memorial Day weekend, it means football season is almost here. I don't have to watch all these movies, all these night after night after night. That's my pain that I have to give back to her for letting me do it. So the movie watching season is almost over for me.
All right, brother.
Good.
Well,
have a good one, guys.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to the missus as well.
Yeah.
I hear 57 is a great age to be.
Yeah.
So says
50s
me.
are great.
So says me.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm not too far behind you.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Trust me. Yeah, you are. All right. When we come back, who are the best players in the AFC South, and how many Jaguars can stake a claim to being a top 10 type player
in the AFC South?
In the AFC South alone. Let's discuss that when we return in a moment. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Life is a lot like football.
Life's this game of inches. So is football. The inches we need are everywhere around us. On this team, we fight for that inch.
1010XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, here to share with you an actual client review.
Dude, these shirts are sick.
Check out the shirts and other sick promo items at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
What if your next fun day out costs just $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
CBS Senior Sports NFL columnist Pete Prisco spars with Frank and Hayes on The Frangie Show.
This guy must be quite the athlete, huh?
Thursdays on 1010XL.
You ever see him play?
Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Hey, Gate fans, power up your meal with an electrifying deal. My Gate Rewards members can snag a Monster Energy for just $1 when you buy any made-to-order entree. Breakfast bowl or pizza, it's your choice. Just add a Monster and boost your day. See store for details.
Memorial Day, friends, family, great food is what we look forward to all year. But when your septic system decides it wants to be part of the conversation, yeah, nobody wants that. Getting a pump out now is a smart move before things get, let's just say, uncomfortable. Duck Rooter, Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor. They've seen it all, and they get it right the first time. Right now, get $50 off septic tank pumping. Keep the memories, not the mess. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Looking for ways to save on your JEA bill? We're on it. When it comes to your utilities, the less you use, the more you can save. That's why JEA offers ways to help you manage your usage and avoid higher than expected bills. Use our online tools and alerts to monitor your usage throughout the month. Schedule a free irrigation or energy efficiency assessment and get personalized tips to save. And with JEA rebates, you can save when upgrading to more efficient equipment. Find more ways to save at JEA.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, who would you say should be under consideration for best players in the AFC South from the Jacksonville Jaguars? Who would you think?
Trev.
Okay.
For
Who
sure.
else?
Josh Hines-Allen.
Yep. Okay.
Trayvon.
I think so.
Trayvon in there.
Under consideration, right? Doesn't mean they're a mortal lock, but they're in the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Anybody else?
Foye.
Foye would be in there as well for me. I don't know if there's another one. To me, at least.
Tight end Strange, maybe.
Top 10?
Top 10 in the division.
That's a lot. That's a high bar, I think.
In the division, there's only 4 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you mean top 10?
Top 10 players.
I got you.
Players in the whole
Out of
division,
all those
right.
4 rosters.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
hope when we get
No,
to the
they're
end
not-
of the year
not
that
printed.
Travis Hunter's getting a little
That
bit
would be
of
fantastic,
in this
right?
regard, yeah.
I mean, last year we would have sent Brian Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
for
If we're
sure.
talking about at this point, he would have been the first guy we mentioned.
Yeah.
We would have been like, hey, Trev, if he can put it together consistently,
How about
maybe.
Jacoby? On the edge? Got to be close, you'd think. Maybe? No?
Who's the best Jaguar receiver? Rank them 1 through 4.
Yeah, P. Wash. right now.
All right, so Parker, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say he had, what, 850-ish last year, right? So he's never been a 900-yard receiver. I think it'd be hard to. So if Washington's number 1, who's number 2?
Jacoby.
Okay. Who's 3?
Brian Thomas, I guess.
Ahead of Travis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how much they're going to use Travis.
Right, but I mean, just if you were going to use him as a wide receiver.
Like full time?
Yeah.
Well, I'd probably put him number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
At
he's
least
number 1.
Thinking that
At
would
least,
be number
right,
1.
what he could do. So I just found it interesting to see. I think you had the right names. I don't think there is an offensive lineman in there. The running backs have not accomplished enough to be in there.
No.
Strange. Be more like maybe in the top 20, 25 to me. When you're combining 4 rosters together here. So you're 212 players or whatever it is. Sleeper, which is, they're kind of like a fantasy football site, right?
Okay.
But they have different outlets for different teams. It'll be like Sleeper Jaguars, Sleeper whatever.
Yeah.
This is the Sleeper NFL account. Put this list out. RJ brought this to our attention yesterday. Top 10 AFC South players.
Okay.
Jaguars have one guy.
Trev?
At number 10.
Whoa.
Right?
Wow.
So apparently Liam Cohen is a really good head coach. I mean, so.
Yeah, who are they? Can you?
Yes. At number 10, Trevor Lawrence. I'll work backwards here. All right. At number 9, Kamari Lassiter of the Houston Texans.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 8, Nico Collins. I'd put Nico ahead of, and you look now in Indy, like the best receiver is probably Alec Pierce. He's not fully, there big expectations going forward. Can he do it at a higher target rate than he's been doing it? In Tennessee, you're like, well, Wan'Dale Robinson, Carnell Tate, Calvin Ridley are their best guys. All right, so number 8's Nico.
Yep.
Number 7, Sauce Gardner.
Okay.
Okay.
If healthy.
But that's who they go with.
Yeah.
Number 6, Danielle Hunter. Dude's a beast. I mean, he is a beast.
Absolutely.
Every year, the guy's double digits.
I'm interested to see who's higher because I was wondering where him and Will would be at.
Okay. Number 5, Derek Stingley Jr. of the Texans. Okay. So that's 4 Texans so far.
That's a lot of Texans defense, too.
Number 4, Jeffrey Simmons of the Titans.
Yep.
Freaking man-child.
Yeah, total.
Number 3, is this still the case? Quentin Nelson?
I think they bounced back a little bit last year. I think he did, but he was the guy and then fell off
a little
he
bit,
did.
right?
Yeah.
I saw a piece
that's a tough one.
looking at the future of the Colts. It might have been at CBS Sports. You can go find that out there. The decisions they have on he and Jonathan Taylor as to whether to extend them at the top of the market kind of thing is going to be a big story like after this season.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, by the way, at number 2 on the list. And Will Anderson Jr. is number 1 on the list. So that is 5 Texans. Who won the division, remind me, last year?
Yeah.
It was the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Now, former Jaguar, Leger Douzable, who's he with now, RJ? Leger. NFL on CBS? Okay. Used to be, one of our colleagues here at 1010 did a little, that's where he started his media.
Yeah, he was a defensive lineman, wasn't he? For the Jags?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
But he also, while he was a defensive lineman with the Jags, he would come into 1010XL. He kind of did some podcasts and and just did some radio stuff and just did it to get experience, so he could continue on. He had this to say about the Houston Texans in 2026.
The floor for the Houston Texans should be the AFC Championship game. And that's saying a lot because they've never been to an AFC Championship.
Which is crazy.
But they've been to 3 consecutive divisional rounds, to your point. This is probably the best defense in football. I will say it's the best secondary in football. Them and Denver are neck and neck for the best defense in football. They were so dominant. 2 edge rushers that are all-pro, a corner that's an all-pro, a linebacker that is a pro bowler, and then so many frontline starters that are really good. So the big question mark was the offense and the offensive line is C.J. Stroud. Well, I thought Nick Caserio, the GM, did a masterful job this offseason refortifying that offensive line, and they have something that they haven't had, Jacqueline, in the last couple of years. Depth on the offensive line. And for a quarterback, that gives you so much confidence because I felt like C.J. Stroud the last couple of years has been playing sped up. right? When you don't have good protection up front, it speeds you up in progressions. Now that C.J. Stroud knows that he has the subsequent talent up front on the offensive line, and they've also put pieces in front of him to protect him, he'll be able to take his time to go through those progressions and find some of those young receivers.
Look, they did win 13 last year, right?
Yeah.
And they did add more, at least cosmetically.
Yeah,
the Jags improvement is going to come more internally. And with some of the guys that were missing injured last year, you get back, or you get Caleb Bransaw kind of for the first time. You get Milam hopefully healthy. You get all these guys healthy. But, Tony, the floor is the AFC Championship game.
I'm okay with Houston being the hype machine in the AFC South this offseason. Yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
And, and if anything, it only helps
It
Liam
fits
Cohen.
right into what we want.
That's
the
what Liam
underdog.
loves this
Nobody
stuff.
believes in us. Let's go on the road and go kill everybody.
But the floor.
Yeah, that's
the
ridiculous.
floor.
Come on.
Like you're at worst, you're a top 4 team in the NFL. That's the floor. And as he pointed out, they've never been there. Now, they have won a playoff game each of the last 3 years.
Yes.
So
they're a really good team.
Oh,
There's
they
no
are.
doubt.
Right.
They're
They are a
very
good team.
And I think if you're looking on the outside, on paper, they did a lot more than the Jags did. So people are probably like, yeah. I mean, I heard Louis Riddick, I think I said, he's like, oh, they're going to run away with the AFC South. He said, get up. I was like, what? It's at my house. I was like, run away with it. Interesting.
We were talking about yesterday, there's a piece at NFL.com where 2 guys go through and project every game, basically, and to come up with what the records will be of every team. One guy had the Jags at 10-7.
Okay.
Just missing the playoffs.
Really?
The other guy had him at 13-4, number 1 seed in the AFC.
Wow.
Now, even with that, he had them tied with the Texans, who also were going 13-4, and the Jags sweeping them, though.
Jags
sweeping the Texans.
Wow.
And, I think Doom was pointing out, they come off their bye. Jags will be coming off a short week when they play Houston, I think, the second time this year, which is
right.
I think it is
at
a benefit.
Houston. Yeah. Listen, I think that at Houston game, that's when we'll be rolling. We should be. That's when we make
them
your
to
move.
win that game.
I did.
Picked them to split. I think we all picked them to split.
Them, but
with
I
the
have
Texans.
them losing in London and then winning out in Houston, because that's when you listen. You're going to be on the road. I think you got to win on the road, and I think they'll be humming by then. They should be. Should be a
looking
great
back,
battle.
There are a lot of things to be impressed by what the Jags did last year, but maybe the most impressive thing is we talked about earlier this week, Tone, they had no room to slip up.
Yeah.
At all. Had to win their last 2 months worth of games and had a team breathing down their neck and never cracked under the pressure.
So did the Texans. They were chasing.
They were chasing.
They had to win every game.
They put the pressure on.
Yeah, they sure did.
And they won the opportunity to get the softer wild card matchup.
That's right.
For having lost the division because they got Pittsburgh.
Right.
That's
and
right.
Jacksonville got Buffalo. Like everybody in the AFC, if they could have chosen the opponent for week 1 of the playoffs, would have chosen Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Last year, Houston got it. Good to them. They won the game. They lost the next week.
That's right.
Right? Okay.
But still, you look at and then they lost to New England, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and you look at the way New
Stroud
England was not
terrible
impressive
that
not-
day.
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And this is a big referendum season on C.J.
That's
Stroud.
when I was hearing Doozable say that about, well, now he's got a line. I don't know if you could just say automatically you fixed C.J. Stroud just because you upgraded the offensive line on paper. I think what will help him is a running game. Although Marks was fine and so was Chubb. But, we'll see if David Montgomery can be that pounding type running back that they can play action pass and then get it to their guys. I mean, look, they do have a lot of really good players. So do we. And that's why it's going to be a great battle. I hope it is neck and neck. I hope we do sweep them. I hope we win the division and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, all I care about is getting in the tournament. Wild card, home, it don't matter, especially this year. No disrespect to the 42,000 that'll be at home. But this is the year that it plays right into, no one believes in us. It's us against the world. We're going to be on the road a ton. So if we're on the road in the playoffs, we just continue being on the road. No problem. We're road warriors. We win on the road. You know what I mean? I think it can fall right into the whole, the messaging that Liam's preaching about. Nobody believes in us. Nobody gives us a respect.
I'm surprised I haven't already seen the T-shirts. Anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
That's what Baselli said. That they're kind of their credo is this year. You know, it has to be over the next couple of years. That's what you got to take on that mentality.
Absolutely.
But again, you know, you come off what C.J. Stroud, how poorly he played last year, threw 4 picks in that playoff game. Now, granted, Trevor did that and overcame it, right? And won, and it totally changed the narrative of what the team was capable of. They started off 8-3 the next year, and then he got hurt, and it all fell apart. You know, that defense right now is doing a lot of heavy lifting in people's minds in terms of their projections of how good the Houston Texans are going to be. And look, the defense is fantastic. Not disputing that.
The defense is what makes them scary, right? Like if they get rookie C.J. Stroud again, then Houston is a demon to deal with. You know, for the entire AFC, it's a question of whether or not they're going to get the player they got for that year and a half from C.J. Stroud as opposed to the guy that basically they've had for the last year and a half. You know, the recent impact of him hasn't been what it was early on. Like early on, it was crazy watching him. He would drop back. He'd be thrown off his back foot and just float a ball in the air forever, and it would be perfectly placed, right? It just hasn't happened that way here recently for him. If he gets back to that, then Houston is as scary as I think there is in the league.
I think, look, everyone's last, picture of Stroud is that struggle in the playoff game. And then his body language, the whole thing, it just looked like you're not. I question if you're the franchise. You know what I mean? Like you're the future there. That's like just because look, during the regular season is the regular season, but clutch time, playoff time, your quarterback has to be at his best.
And which is why if you went to NFL.com yesterday afternoon, they put out a piece on individuals at a crossroads, and he was one of them. One of them, right?
Yeah,
they picked up his 5th-year option for next year. Yeah. I told Tony, I hope the Jags win the division. C.J. Stroud has some great statistical season, and they pour $60 million a year into it.
That's right.
Because that is what then it starts to become a little bit harder when you're paying all these guys at the top of the market. We'll see. Again, statistically great doesn't necessarily mean
that's right.
The guy you want under pressure in a big game.
Take Dak Prescott. He's great for yards. He's a great quarterback.
And
has he been ever clutch?
Right. Where's the deep playoff run?
Where's the clutch play from him in the playoff run?
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and take a look at today's question of the day with Kyle Busch passing. Which athlete's death impacted you the most in your lifetime? That and more coming up on Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. From the edge of your radio to the edge of your seat. Showtime! Feel the excitement of live play-by-play.
And this place is rocking right now.
On 1010XL.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix it with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
Dinner tonight? Make it easy and make it something everyone will love. With the Flame Broiler Family Meal Plan, you can feed 4 fast with fresh, flavorful options. You get 20 ounces of your choice of protein. Mix and match your favorites, plus steamed rice and a fresh veggie medley. It's a complete no-stress meal the whole family can agree on, starting at just $34.99. Skip the cooking tonight. Bring the family together and stop by any of Flame Broiler's 5 locations today.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts.
Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Picture this. Steaks on the grill, drinks in hand. Your crew gathered around a brand new outdoor kitchen. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living makes it happen. From kitchens to fire pits, they do it all. CSSFireplaces.com. You dream it, they build it.
In a sea of big box corporate chain jewelry stores here, Beard's Diamonds is a refreshing alternative.
I grew up in Jacksonville, and we have been shopping at Beard's for over 2 decades.
Meet Richard Skinner. Richard's journey with Beard's started when nobody could even come close on the engagement ring he wanted.
We did shop around that stone and that particular setup with different jewelers, and Beard's was able to come in significantly lower. It was a no-brainer.
Since then, he's become another voice in the word-of-mouth advertising that has made Beard's stronger than ever.
I have referred my friends and sisters and brothers, and they have all had a very, very pleasurable experience at Beard's. The selection is great. The staff is awesome. It's a well-run business that really does care about their clients and their customers.
And unlike the others at Town Center, Beard's is a locally owned family jeweler.
The fact that they're locally owned, it does give you a little bit more personal experience. They actually have a desire to better the city of Jacksonville.
Beard's Diamonds, online at beardsdiamonds.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, question of the day today with Kyle Busch passing. I wouldn't say it like hit me. It just kind of struck me like, here's a guy in my child's lifetime who, as a kid, watched him. He's not old. He's 41 and passes away. It's not like, this Kyle Busch devotee wish his family the best. Horrible situation and all that going forward. So that wouldn't be the one that personally impacted me. I was telling you guys, I had a high school teammate a couple of years after high school, fell off a Navy ship in the North Sea.
Right.
Never to be seen again. Drowned, obviously presumed lost at sea. And that's not the same as, a professional athlete. We've all had personal kind of things. Tony, is there a professional or maybe even a collegiate athlete whose passing was like the biggest gut punch in your lifetime as a fan?
Not a whole lot comes to mind immediately for me. Like, there are names that, we've seen that I can remember. Like, I see someone mention the name. It's like, oh, yeah, I can remember kind of where I was when I heard it. Like, I can remember I was on a trip up in Tennessee when Dale Earnhardt passed, right? Like, I would just happen to be there doing that kind of thing. With it being Memorial Day weekend, Pat Tillman should at least be mentioned, right? With everything that's going on. And I can remember that one was like a whoa kind of moment. Sean Taylor, for whatever reason, kind of stands out in my head. Like, the only player that I can remember, like just player passing away, and it wasn't surprising when it happened, but the only one that I can remember I actually had like an emotional reaction to it was Hank Aaron. And that's just the Braves fan in me. It's like, oh, that's a bummer.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bummer. And I'm glad, like, that's the year the Braves won the World Series, was that the season following Hank passing away, that kind of thing. But there hadn't been a whole lot of, like our caller with the diabetes, like nothing like that connected emotionally for me with any of the athletes that have passed, at least in my lifetime.
Doom just said, good point. Uche Nwaneri was a gut punch for a lot of people on social media, Jag fans, because he was still they had a Jag fan in him, and he was active and would interact.
Vince was, man, that was sad too.
No doubt.
They're all sad.
Right. But I mean, some of them, for me as a kid, it was Thurman Munson.
Yeah.
Dying. And speaking of, Tom, you said earlier, plane crashes. That was a plane crash in 1979, team coming off 2 consecutive championships. And it was like, it's lost, like he was the heart and soul of that baseball team at the time.
No doubt.
I
mean, Jay, you mentioned it, Jay McGillis for me, and just all that, his death and memory has grown into. Kobe was just disbelief. You're like, what? Wait, what? Kobe Bryant died? You're just like, what? That doesn't, what are you talking about? Like,
we were at the Super Bowl.
Is that right?
Yeah, when that happened. Yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
RJ, you're nodding your head. I assume that is probably it for you, would have been Kobe.
Yeah. I mean, just because it's the second time in my life, like hearing like a death, somebody dying where like all time stopped. I remember where I was gonna do this date in sports history, or I was supposed to do something like at the station when we were at the old location. Like I couldn't do it. Like my friends are like, oh man, Kobe's never gonna give his Hall of Fame speech. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, did he get in trouble or something?
Right.
And then I look at the news and it's like Kobe passed away, and like all time kind of, I'm like, no, like, I mean,
it's
like,
disbelief.
And RJ, for folks that don't know, is from LA.
Right.
So,
so I'm like, like, get the F out of here. Like that, like that's my thing. And then when I keep seeing like the reports and the stories, and I drove, I'm driving home and it's like everything is like slowing down, like everything's slow. And then after that, my grandfather had passed, so I went to LA for his funeral, and it was around it was the same week as they were doing the Kobe Memorial.
Oh wow.
And so when that Kobe Memorial like finished up, it's like, this MFer is dead. Like I can't believe it. Like, he's really dead. And so that still has like affected me like, heavily to this day.
We were Radio Row for Miami that week.
Yeah.
I can remember we walked back into the hotel room and ET said Kobe died.
Yeah.
And we were like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right. And then you just flip on the TV and obviously that's all the coverage that was going on.
Earnhart was like that. I remember when Dale Sr. died, and I wasn't even a race fan, but I remember that being like,
he was so iconic,
I know.
And you look at the, like, the crash didn't look that violent.
Right.
Right. It was, but obviously, it just goes to show you, live your life and
one
love
life,
the
baby.
people you love.
One life
because
down here on Earth.
I mean, Kyle Busch was racing go-karts earlier this week.
I know. I saw him. He won, didn't he?
I think
one of the Bushes won. I thought
I didn't realize he had won the most races across all the different series.
And that was the same interview I saw. It was just after the race.
He won a truck race like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah. Yeah. No,
he was dominant truck race.
There was a truck race, and I think I saw the interview on. But yeah, unbelievable.
All right, well, rest in peace to Kyle Busch. We'll go through some of the responses we got to this when we come back on the other side, and hopefully, send you off on a better note as well into the Memorial Day weekend as Jaguars Today will wrap up straight ahead on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Are knee problems keeping you from doing the things you love? Stop by Riddle Wellness for a free in-office workshop May 27th at 11 a.m. in Ponte Vedra. Discover natural, non-surgical options that may help relieve knee pain and improve mobility, including regenerative treatments and decompression therapy. Get back to living with less pain. Space is limited. Call 395-5598 now to RSVP. Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra Beach, 395-5598. Be there May 27th.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Memorial Day weekend explodes with savings at Superior Fence and Rail. Save up to $500. That's 5% off your Project Max. Charge ahead with American-made fences. Lightning one-day installs. Lifetime labor warranty that never quits. Tough as nails quality for your home. Blast past weak barriers. Claim yours before the grill's cool. Call today or visit SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
This is Hacker, and I'm a firm believer in the power of a floral arrangement delivery from the experts at Kuhn Flowers. It's just like magic. Why not surprise your best friend today? On the phone, in person, or online? Kuhn Flowers does it all.
Ready to put your dream car in drive? Get solid rates for the road ahead when you finance with First Florida Credit Union. Enjoy competitive low rates, up to 90 days of no payments and budget-friendly protection plans. Whether you're buying a vehicle or refinancing, stop by a branch or apply online at firstflorida.org/auto loans. Membership eligibility required. Interest accrues during loan payment deferral period. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit firstflorida.org/auto loans.
PGA Tour star Ricky Fowler.
If you want to be the best, you have to practice with the best. That's why I had Southwest Greens install and maintain my putting green, and my synthetic lawn, and my chipping area, and my practice bunker area, and my bocce ball court, and our pole vaulting area.
Southwest Greens is the world's premier manufacturer and installer of putting greens, synthetic grass, chipping areas, practice bunkers, and just about anything else you want to do in your yard.
It's Southwest Greens.
Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. From now until May 28th, we're holding our big diamond sale, and now's the best time to buy a quality diamond of a carat or more. Here are a few reasons. First, there's severe upward pressure on rough diamonds, with 4 price increases already this year. Most of this has yet to hit the polished market, so they're diamonds for sale at the old prices. Next, our diamond cutters asked us to house their inventories of existing big diamonds so we could sell them here prior to them being offered to the jewelry trade in Las Vegas. This allows us the ability to sell from their vast stock at brokerage prices you have to see to believe. All of these diamonds are graded for cut, color, and clarity with independent laboratory grading reports. Now, along with this vast collection of big diamonds, we put all of our own meticulously selected loose diamonds and engagement-style rings on sale at prices from 3% to 25% off. We also take trade-ins, but remember, this sale ends May 28th at Underwood San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I want to thank our friends from Dailies for sponsoring our Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic, June 8th at Deer Creek Country Club. Now get this. For every fried chicken sandwich sold between now and then, Dailies will donate $1 to Walk-Off. That's right. For every single fried chicken sandwich sold between now and then, you help a young person in the community play baseball. So head to Dailies today and grab one of those delicious fried chicken sandwiches. And we'll see you at the Dailies Walk-Off Golf Classic, June 8th. Dailies. It's nicer here.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars today on 1010XL.
All right, final few minutes for the week for Jaguars today. We're off Monday. Just a programming note. Tony out next week.
Okay.
John Shipley of Jaguar Report coming in on Tuesday.
Yep.
Mike DeRocco of ESPN coming in on Wednesday. Demetrius Harvey of the Florida Times Union coming in on Thursday. Tom McManus of the Dad Bods will join me in studio
Day
next
before
Friday.
the next gig. That's right. It'll
There
be
you
a
go.
warm-up day. Sure.
Maybe you'll do a tune for us.
Maybe so. You know, I haven't done that for you yet.
No, you haven't.
What's the thing?
Maybe you do the one you wrote about your dad.
I could do that one. That'd be fun.
You know?
Can either you play guitar at all?
Well, or I mean, I can. No. I mean, I could.
You were trying to think like, could I? Maybe
I could. I mean, I could not.
It's hard. I
cannot
either.
play guitar. No.
We need a guitarist maybe to come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have helped
Or
you
not.
like 15 years ago. I have a guitar, but I haven't really picked it up in a long time.
I don't think it's. I think it's a few chords. I don't think it's too crazy.
I got
You know
a
what I mean?
friend like that who's, he plays guitar. He does everything. He paints. He just texted me the other day. He goes, "Yeah, I just finished my 3rd book." Like, I mean, he has had them published. He had the first one published. He's looking for a publisher for the second one, and he's working on his 3rd book or whatever the case may be.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those guys are cool, man. They come up with some creative stuff.
Yes. Anyway,
cool.
Today's question of the day, which athlete's passing impacted you the most in your lifetime as a fan, what have you? Obviously, tons of Dale Earnhardt on here. And, Yes.
I don't want to take someone's.
Go ahead.
But remember Len Bias when he passed? That was
Len Bias was mentioned
that
too.
was
Len Bias was more like, because I don't know. I've never seen any documentaries on him. I don't believe. Maybe I have.
There is one.
There is one, right?
Yeah,
And maybe I've watched it because the claim was it was the first time he had ever used cocaine or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Like you decided you made it through college.
Yeah.
And now you get drafted by the Boston Celtics, and now you're going to start using cocaine?
Right.
That seemed a little weird to me, but definitely, in terms of an athlete dying suddenly, dying
was it
young.
tainted too? It
may
have
have been. I don't know. I always, it was like, I remember growing up in that era, and people tell you, well, it just goes to show one time. That's all it takes. It'll kill you one time, and maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not saying don't do it, kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Len Bias was shocking
shock
when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, shocking.
I think we were in college. I was in college. Right?
Yeah.
Because he came out.
It was like 87, maybe? Something like that. I want to say.
I was senior in high school.
Payne Stewart mentioned a bunch. Art Senna, the race car driver.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
got
I
mentioned
saw
by
that.
several people in here, including our friend Cristiano.
Okay.
Arnold Palmer from Scott.
Okay.
It's interesting. I mean, he was older,
Yeah,
but still,
but
you
still,
grew up
yeah.
loving Arnie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dale Earnhardt. I would say Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, Gaudreau, yeah. And his brother Matthew, too, right?
Yeah, to
They
see the
both-
USA hockey community rally behind his family has been amazing.
Yep.
Rest in peace to the fallen. Kobe getting mentioned. Eddie Guerrero, who's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Several people mentioned Eddie Guerrero on here. Alan Kowicki and Davey Allison. More, from the race car community. Jose Fernandez. I don't remember that one.
Miami pitcher.
Is what? Yeah.
He died in a boat accident.
Oh, that's right. He was the one who died. Jeff was talking about that this morning with ET.
It was only 4 years in the league. He was like fourth in the Cy Young as a rookie, right? And his fourth season, he was getting back on track. He had a couple of elbow injuries, year 2 and 3. He was. It was back before the DH was in the National League too. He was so much fun to just watch play ball because he was actually a threat with the bat in his hands as well, and he had all the personality you could ask for as well. But died in a boating accident. I think with a couple friends on the boat with him.
Reggie White getting mentioned here. Drazen Petrovic. Remember Drazen Petrovic? He used to play for the Nets. It was one of the first really, really good international players that came over. 3-point shooter.
Car accident, like overseas, wasn't it?
I think you might be right.
Accident.
I don't remember the details, but I remember
I think there was a dock. Like it was like a real rainy day. Car spun out.
Oh, jeez.
Like I think that's how the story went.
And Michelle mentioned not an athlete, but John Madden. Another one.
He was an athlete at a time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, but not. More
may not
known
be
for-
how you knew him.
Right. Still the highest winning percentage of any coach with X amount of wins, whatever the threshold is. He was like the highest winning percentage of any coach with, I don't know, was it 100 wins or 50 wins or whatever it was.
Raiders back then.
In 76, I think they won the Super Bowl under Madden. So, all right. So, Tommy, quickly, because next week, OTAs begin. What number one thing you want to see at OTAs out of the Jags?
I want to see Chris Rodriguez. I want to see the running back. I want to see what all the hype is about and take a look at him. Not that they're going to be banging that much, but you'll be able to see how he moves and his size. And you can throw the whole running back room into that. Just see year number 2, Tootin and LeQuint should feel really confident and comfortable and, maybe get a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. Looking forward to seeing those guys.
And knock on wood, tape up those Achilles tendons.
Yeah, no doubt.
As
No
much
doubt.
as
I was about to say, I would just like to see Kelly Bransall on a football
That
field.
is exactly what I was going to say.
love
Can we
that.
see Caleb out there as Ryan O'Halloran suggested we might
Okay, good.
next week at
we need to.
OTAs?
We need to.
All right, our time is done for the week, so let's welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Big Sirs.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's
What
up?
say you?
T-Mac.
You guys beat us yesterday in baseball. Did you see that?
Did we?
You,
We
yeah,
advanced?
Same. Like, did we?
Oh, good for us.
Actually, I did see that. We
Did you?
advanced.
Yeah.
We played Georgia Tech next.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah,
that'll
we
be
played
good.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, all right.
Sirs, I don't know if you can see what his shirt has on there. Bunch of shrimp and crab and lobster
And cocktails.
and cocktails. Well,
Yeah,
shrimp
that
cocktails
sounds
and
like a
regular
little
cocktails
boil or something
as
going
well.
on.
Does it get
19th
any-
hole little flag right there
Does
in
it
the
get any
cocktail.
better?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Seafood and drinks.
You do tend to bring in some seafood to 1010XL.
I do every now and then.
And when you do that, you make me make a stop somewhere on the way home to get some seafood because
Well,
it
then
always
I've done my
smells so
job.
good.
Yeah.
Smells so good. I've done my
Yeah,
job.
it's fantastic.
What
I
do
mean,
you like? Like fried shrimp or oysters? or what do
I
you
like actually the boiled shrimp.
Boiled shrimp.
With a little Cajun sauce.
Uh-huh.
Medium, not hot.
Okay.
That kind
So you don't mind peeling?
Peeling, it's like peeling it.
Peeling it?
Okay.
Peeling
Peeling
it,
it,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
all day
Love it.
long, baby. I mean, once
Peel,
you get...
pinch, and eat, right? You got to
There you
pinch
go.
that thing.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you
know,
get it?
well, once you
tail
peel
out?
the first one, your hands are already dirty. You might as well dive in.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
eat a couple dozen.
Yeah, let it
Sirs,
rock.
what's coming up today?
Well, we got Coach. We're going to talk a little college football playoffs and a little NBA.
All right.
All right.
I was in and out watching it.
I was in.
I was not.
With
Watching.
one
I told RJ I've watched more NBA on ESPN post game than I have in a long time. I've been, and then I
True
rolled right
that.
into Scott Van Pelt Sports Center, and I stayed for all the highlights for the 15th time in a row. So it's been a good month for yours truly.
Yeah, football can't come any sooner, can it?
He can take another month as far as I'm concerned.
That's
Sirs,
right.
have a great show.
Appreciate it.
Good
All right.
weekend as well. Tony, you have a great vacation.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
Tom.
Enjoy your bag
Enjoy
of
it.
tomatoes.
Y'all want to grab a tomato or two before you leave if you want.
I'm fine,
You're
brother.
a tomato.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
a tomato. We're
You're
all
the-
tomatoes.
You're the tomato maven around these parts. Appreciate the offer. Thanks, Fan Cam, for popping by. Always
Yeah.
good to see our friend and sometimes colleague
Absolutely.
and tomato grower extraordinaire.
Mhm.
Tommy Mac, Dad Bods. Another week
Another
from tomorrow.
week. Yeah,
Another week.
but we'll be celebrating a nice weekend of Memorial Day. You know, thinking about what it's all about, and then having some beach time, some party time, some good times.
All right, enjoy. RJ, open gym tomorrow from 11 to noon.
Open gym tomorrow from
Yeah.
11 to noon. Working on a couple of guests here. Try to see if we can get some opinions from a couple of experts, but we will be talking all things NBA playoffs.
All right, Mike Breen, please. I need Mike Breen on the program. He's got a game to call, but not until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So, he's got plenty of time to join you live.
I think he'll probably be at like the Knicks practice or something.
Might be.
I've been getting a lot of those text messages from people I'm trying to reach out to. Oh, that's the time when the team practices. I can't come on.
Gotcha. Well, regardless, I'm sure it'll be a great show as it always is. So check out RJ with Open Gym tomorrow. And we'll be back on Tuesday. John Shipley will be sitting in Tony's seat on Tuesday, and off we'll go. Everybody have a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend for all of us here. Thanks for listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.